One other startup which fascinates me and how they have grown outside your domain is Zerodha. They have had quite a strong run, and it's even a trusted brand. So, what do you think they have got right?
Let's go back a few years, 5, 6 years ago, and think about the environment within which Zerodha came about. You had traditional stockbrokers where you would get, once you signed up for the account, you would have a dealer almost harass you into trading and say that here is a new tip, this is a new idea, etc. The commission rates were very high. It was almost like in some cases 50.5%, some cases almost high as 1%. The user experience was poor because you wouldn't get your statements, you wouldn't get any support from the broker when you had to file your taxes and see the portfolio, etc. And lastly, you would never hear from the broker on matters about your personal finance. And all of these four counts, Zerodha did a fantastic job. By creating a digital first experience, they made sure that nobody needed to call you. By making sure that you had access to your information at any point of time, it intuitively, inherently built trust within the user. By aligning to zero fees or zero brokerage in case of delivery and lesser number in case of trading, it seemed a great value proposition. But I think one thing that they differentiated in a big way on is the fourth aspect of educating the end user. A lot of their messaging was around here is what you need to do, which is for you, which may not necessarily be for Zerodha or the broker that you're dealing with. And that for me is a combination that is very hard to beat. And even today, I see conventional brokerage firms trying to play catch up with that approach. And I think Zerodha is a case study in itself, therefore, that how do you differentiate not only within the product but also outside the product, and especially in investing and financial services businesses, this is something that helps build trust. And I think today Zerodha seems very large, but if you just go back even 3-4 years ago, it was not so. If you look at their growth curve, it is the classical compounding curve that we would have seen in investing, right? I would argue that more than half their accounts would have got set up just in the last 2 to 3 years, and they've been around for now, whatever, 8, 9 years. So if I were to look at their curve, it will be that classic hockey stick upwards into the kind of a curve. So I think that is where the fruits of the effort that they've put in are now beginning to play out. We are sitting here having a conversation about investing, and Zerodha is a part of that conversation, and that's like almost a magical place for a brand to be in. So I think it takes a lot of patience, which the founders have demonstrated. They did not get carried away, and at the same time, they continued building in the interest of the user. One of the interesting things that I do see now, and Zerodha had this opportunity, they didn't take up on that, and which is why I feel I respect them even more, is in the same environment, Robinhood came up. And Robinhood was encouraging investors to trade, where you would get nudges, you would get notifications, etc. Zerodha, on the other hand, didn't have much of that. And that there is the personal belief system of the founders being expressed in the product. And that something deserves a shout.